Morning all. Take the path less travelled reporting for duty again. This is a new video going to be entitled Indonesian People. It's another beautiful morning here on a Sunday, just before I head to Australia. Indonesian people from the eyes of a foreigner who has now been living here for 6 years. Hopefully I can soon apply for permanent residency. Indonesian people are amongst the most beautiful humans you will ever find. They are happy, many of them happy despite being in poverty, or in some cases extreme poverty. Some of us in the West could learn to take a leaf out of their book from their genuine happiness despite not having much. They are very warm. They are very friendly people, generally speaking, because when you move to another country you're not always sure of what to expect, what kind of welcome you'll get, or how you'll be perceived by the locals, how you'll be treated. But mostly I've had nothing but positive experiences as a foreigner living here. I mean, just last week I was offered a lift from my home to the place I wanted to go, which is only a short distance away, but nevertheless the driver didn't know that. They just offered me a lift anyway. I'd never met them before. This has happened on more than one occasion. People offer you lifts on motorbikes, in their cars, and they don't expect any money or anything in return except gratitude. The Indonesian people are very friendly, as I say. They are also very kind, thoughtful, and from my students I can see increasingly intelligent. Many of my students can speak English well, even if it's their second, third, or even fourth language. They have a lot of curiosity about foreigners and about the world, because many of them have not left Indonesia or not met any foreigners apart from maybe their teachers. There are some negatives, however, to Indonesian people, which I'll cover, as there are negatives with probably every nationality in the world. We'll cover the negatives quickly and then we'll finish on a positive note. Indonesian people are sometimes not good with money. For example, I've had a couple of occasions where I've lent people money and not received it back in return. Sometimes they lie about these things, or sometimes they just cut you off. So you can't really trust an Indonesian with money if you expect to see it back. I would not recommend lending anybody any money that you want to see again. If you give them a small gift, that's okay, but yeah, heed my warning that you may not always receive it back. Depends on the nature of the person. Not all of them have a good nature with regards to finance. Some of them still have a weak mentality or poor mentality. They don't always know how to make money or how to get themselves out of poverty. A lot of them still believe that foreigners who are all earning 100 million rupiah a month or 500 million a month. We all have 10 bars of gold hidden under our beds and are mostly walking ATMs. So they feel they can charge us pretty much whatever they want and we will pay it. And this is not the case. In fact, some of them won't believe this, but there are even Indonesians richer than me. Yeah, I can't think many other negatives off the top of my head. A lot of smoking, a lot of smokers. Indonesia does not have the drinking culture which we have in the West. Arguably they have something worse, which is a coffee and smoking culture. I do not like coffee. I do not like smoking. Therefore, I do not partake in this aspect of Indonesian culture. So they don't get much involved with alcohol. They don't get involved with drugs because that can carry the death sentence. So in terms of, they don't get much involved with gambling because that's largely illegal. So that doesn't leave them with many vices. So a lot of them turn to smoking, unfortunately, which in my opinion is one of the worst vices, if not the worst. The Indonesian people are very tolerant of others. They largely welcome and appreciate foreigners, especially Europeans. It's a bit noisy today, folks. Oh yeah, one more negative I forgot. As has recently been reminded to me by this increasingly noisy road, Indonesians are not good drivers. We'll come on to this point more when we talk about transportation, but to touch on it here, second negative is that they are not good on the road. A lot of the motorbike riders drive too fast. A lot of the car drivers drive too slow. Like they have no purpose or nowhere to go. They just like to take up space in the middle of the road and block you from going where you want to go. They don't give way. There's unfortunately a me first mentality. They're often playing on their phone or looking around lost, so their attention is not fully on the road. Yeah, not very good drivers, unfortunately, but what can I do? So -1, not good with money. -2, not good behind the wheel. I've covered many positives. In general, I believe I have a great admiration and respect for the lovely people of Indonesia, how far they've come in only 80 years of independence. We're going to attempt to cross this increasingly busy main road. Here we go. Indonesian people have a sense of community, which unfortunately we've largely lost in England. They will be willing to help you out. There's people that come out of nowhere when it starts to rain. There's people that come out of nowhere when you're trying to park and help people park. There's people that will give you a lift, as I said before. There's people that will help you if you have any questions about the country, about the environment. They're mostly religious people, so they try and do the right thing, which is largely why I can't understand the high levels of corruption, because it's a very religious country. Basically, the bottom line is that if I didn't like the Indonesian people or respect them a lot, then there would be little point in me living here. Indonesian people are one of the best humans, one of the best nationalities you can find.